I've done most of the things in
Hi, this is Kelly Fitzpatrick. I'm the opinion editor of the Daily Cal, and I am going to be giving a short recap of our Daily Cal ASUC endorsements for this year. Things that we endorsed were a yes vote on the Bears Initiative. We endorsed Kelly Fabian for Student Advocate, Chris Franco for EVP, Ricardo Gomez for EAVP, Viola Tang for AAVP, and Noah Stern for President. We endorsed the yes vote on the Bears Initiative. Even though the timing is questionable, we think that it offers some really valuable benefits for students.
This initiative rests on a single premise, that the student experience at Cal goes well beyond the classroom. That student life is fundamentally a core aspect of the student experience on our campus. This initiative recognizes that while students are ultimately here to learn in academic settings, it is the outside the classroom experience that shapes who we are, and what we will become after we leave our school.
A no vote could really hurt future opportunities for redevelopment. Like if it doesn't happen now, then it might never happen. So that's why we encourage you to vote yes. For Student Advocate, Kelly Fabian was obviously the most qualified, which is why we endorsed her. But we also want her to try to take a more proactive approach to the position, especially with the pending student code of conduct violations for 60 students on campus. So we'd like to see her push for that more active approach in her tenure.
And as someone that has worked in the office and is fully aware of the code, I know that I can do a great job doing that, and I also can facilitate our caseworkers to do that as well.
For AAVP, Viola Tang was obviously the most experienced, and then we believe that she would be the most successful in the position, but she really needs to work on toning down her hostile and highly partisan attitude. That's not going to work well with her relationships with administrators.
There's one who has a lot of experience. There's one who has already worked with the Career Center to start implementing this program. There's one who has already raised $300,000. There's one who has already talked to over 100 different groups on our campus, and there's one who hasn't.
Yuri Chung's ideas weren't really impressive, and she didn't seem strong enough in the way that Viola was to stand up for students when we need her to. For EAVP, Ricardo Gomez was clearly the most qualified of these candidates. He's shown that he's an eloquent and passionate advocate for students, and he has a deep knowledge of the issues that we face on both the Synod and university level.
As the AVP, I will continue to work to organize students to protest because I think it's important. It's an important way for us to make our voice heard and to make our voice heard to administrators, legislators, and other decision makers.
For EVP, though Christopher Franco didn't perform wonderfully at the forum, he has the experience as a senator and especially as an active member of the Store Operations Board, and we would really benefit from that deep knowledge that he brings to the table. As well, he's an independent candidate, and we think that gives him the real ability to work with people of both parties without those partisan ties that might affect his ability to be a neutral facilitator.
I was able to connect with all senators to unite on the front to pass a bill that would take a stance against the Store Operations Board decision.
For president, we thought that Noah Stern struggled getting beyond vague rhetoric, and also his idea that the ASUC should be apolitical and that the president should be apolitical was off-putting and confusing. But while we think that he could learn from Eunice Kwan's more honest approach to the position, we think that he still has a better senatorial record and a better personality overall, more presence to lead our campus.
Now, what question would I ask the Chancellor right now? I would ask him, how is he going to empower our students to get through this crisis? You know, I don't want to lead you on and say I'm going to solve this budget crisis by myself. We all know it's an economic recession, but what I want to do is make sure students are being heard.
This has been Kelly Fitzpatrick of the Daily Californian.